Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be telling you guys about my top 10 favorite books that I read in 2018. So I don't have very many things to say before we get into the video, so I'm just gonna get into the video right now. These are actually in no particular order, except for the last one, which is my favorite. There's no order to it. These are just books that I read this year that were my favorites. The first book that I'm going to be talking about today is And I Darken by Kiersten White. So I like this for a few reasons. The first one is that the plot was very unexpected. I went into this novel knowing absolutely nothing about it. I had no idea that it was a retelling, and I would never have guessed that it was about Vladimir the Impaler. Especially since it was reversed roles, so it wasn't Vladimir the Impaler, it was a girl version named Lada. The whole plot was just unexpected to me, and I really enjoy a surprise like that, every now and then. Another thing that was great about this book is that it had a really awesome main female character. Main character Lada is a really hardcore character. I feel like most of the time, female main characters in books always get themselves in some sort of bind and have to have somebody to come rescue them, or they're just really whiny and annoying. But Lada, she's not annoying, she's not whiny, and she's not unlikable whatsoever. Well, besides the fact that she's kind of mean to her little brother, but she also saves him a lot, so it kind of makes up for it. I mean, there are a lot of scenes where she saves her brother from trouble, so she's the one saving rather than being saved. And I think that that is definitely the opposite of most female YA characters. The next book that I'm going to talk about is Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. I absolutely loved this book for a few reasons as well. One reason that I love this so much is that it had a great world building and magic system. I feel like I say this a lot about world building in books, but this one it's so good. It really is that good. So it was a bit confusing at the beginning, but after seeing the characters in their own world and getting the lingo down in your head, it's really enjoyable and it's incredible. So the system is a bit intricate, but it's simple enough to where you're not mind blanking the entire novel because of this one fact that the world is too hard to understand, but it's not. It's actually not that hard to get down at all. I found myself understanding the world really well, probably around not even halfway, probably about a quarter of the way through. And I know I just said this about And I Darken, but the main female characters in this are really awesome. I mean, the main characters, Safi and Ishult, I don't know how to say that last one, were neither whiny or annoying. They were both really cool, and I really loved seeing them in their world and on their journey, and it was really cool because they both had certain things about them that were just really interesting. And obviously, just look at the cover. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The next three books, actually, which I'm just going to count it as one, is the whole Illuminate trilogy by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. One thing I loved about this book is that it's really unique. The way they're written is just crazy, different than anything I've ever seen. The Illuminate files are basically, they're reading off these files in a court case to try to see what happened during this incident and who's to blame. This is an aspect that I really enjoyed. It's so cool. Also, these books were written so intricately. I mean, everything was set up perfectly to where at the very end of the series, the third book, everything just clicked and it all made sense. Everything. There were also so many points in this trilogy that just blew my mind. This trilogy went so much further than I expected. I did not expect it to be this amazing. I didn't think I would like it at all, but I absolutely did. The next book on this list is Lizzie by Dawn Eas. I actually read the arc. This is the arc of it. But my only real reason for putting this on this list is that this is totally mind-blowing. And I mean mind-blowing with 3 exclamation points at the end. This book makes you question what's real and what's fake, and the end scenario is just shocking. And I don't have anything else to say about this that won't spoil it, so if you want your mind blown, read this. Alright, so again, I'm doing another trilogy because I can't just pick one in the trilogy because that's really hard. They are the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor. So the plot is really good and really interesting. But the best parts to me are the ends of the first and second book. And everything at the end just fits together like a big puzzle, and it's just so satisfying. Another aspect that I really enjoyed is the side characters. Mick and Susanna were my favorite side characters in any novels that I've ever read. They're just so likable. They're a couple who are liked by everybody in the book, and I think the same can be said for everybody who reads the book because I absolutely fell in love with them. They're so cute and they're both talented in different art forms. They're also really witty and smart. They just have everything going for them. Like, how could you not like them? The next book that I have is The Good Girls by Sarah Shepard. This is the second book in the Perfectionists duology, and I like this one a lot better than the first one. So this is a really good mystery book. Really great, and it's full of twists and turns with a great plot. The characters are constantly put in situations in which they have to make rash decisions, which to me makes it a page turner for sure, because you always just want to see what happens to them. And again, this is another mind-blowing book. It makes you think one thing and then reveals something totally different that you would have never expected. I called one thing in this novel kind of early that was fairly obvious to me, but I think it was kind of meant to be obvious because later in the book something even bigger is revealed and it literally blew my mind. I just sat there for maybe an hour, mind blinking and looking at the wall like this. After that, it definitely got 5 stars for me, but I don't know, like, I just loved it so much. The next book on this list is Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. So this book takes place in which he's about to, the main character, is about to kill the person. He's about to go kill the person he believes killed his big brother. But when he goes down to the elevator to leave his apartment, at every level he goes down, another person from his past enters the elevator and talks to him and gives him another point of view on it, and they shed some light on the subject, and I believe that they're obviously trying to talk him out of it. This book is filled with hidden meaning and is very impactful, and the last page, again, just left me staring at the wall. As well as it having a deep plot, it is also written in verse. I don't read many books in verse because I just don't like them that much, but I thoroughly enjoyed this book. The next book on this list is Renegades by Marissa Meyer. So I love superheroes, but I've yet to read many books that actually talk about superheroes. It was very unique and refreshing, and it had superheroes, so it was basically a win-win. Something that was really interesting to me is that the plot of this novel follows our main character, Nova, who's actually the anti-hero, which means she's a villain. I just love seeing the villain's point of view. It just really makes you think. This book makes you feel for the villain, and it also makes you think that the superheroes, which are supposed to be heroes, they act more villainy in the villain's point of view than the so-called villains. The ending of this book was absolutely crazy, and again, left me staring at the wall. Any book that leaves me staring at the wall is one of my new favorites. This is one of my new favorites, and I cannot wait to actually read the Lunar Chronicles. I cannot wait to read the Lunar Chronicles after this, and I'm getting the second book, Arch Enemies, very soon. So the next book is not really a book, but it's actually a play, and I say that, you probably already know what it is, but it is Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, parts 1 and 2. If I'm being honest, this book just gave me a really big flashback to when I was reading Harry Potter. It's really nice to see how all the characters fared in the aftermath of the original series, and seeing all the old characters that you loved or didn't like so much. And seeing Hogwarts again was awesome. Okay, everybody, I think you guys already know, maybe not, but you probably already know what my 10th book is. My top 10 book. This is the best book in the world for me. Love this book. Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas, and this is going to be very hard to hold up, so I'm probably not going to hold it up the whole time I speak about it. But this is my absolute favorite book of 2018. In fact, this is probably one of my new favorite books of all time. It picks up after Empire Storms and Tower of Dawn, and just wow. Characters are just so much tougher than in the previous books in the series. They just never give up. There's an epic showdown at the end, and it's just so satisfying. And the ending just gives you chills. It's so good. I mean, I could not have asked for a better ending from Sarah J. Maas. And it's so nice and relieving just to have this book after not having anything about what happened after Empire Storms and Tower of Dawn for like more than a year. And the feels in this book are so real. I mean, I cried and I shouted yes in triumph at times. And when it was over, you know, I just sat there in stunned silence for a time. And I feel like nothing will ever compare to this book at the moment. Maybe there will be, but this one for me is just amazing. Alright guys, so that is my top 10 favorite books of 2018 that I read. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I really enjoyed talking about all these books and getting to relive the plots, like re-see them and everything, because I actually forgot about why I love these books so much, and then I looked at them and then I remembered what happened and I was like, wow. You know, just, it was cool. Just loved filming this, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. I'm going to post more because I have so many good ideas. I have ideas for months. Like, I really have great ideas. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Bye, guys.